Okay, what is up my people? JaxB.TheRipper here. I am back with another metal around the world. I am sorry this video took forever. The past 2 weeks especially I haven't uploaded anything. Why? Because I had to readjust life around my child. Yes, I have a child now. Say hello to my son. His name is Jackie Daniels. Why Jackie Daniels? That's the only name I could think of. That was the only name I could think of. But yeah, it suits him. Everybody loved it. If you guys don't follow me on my social medias, you know I've been bombarding the fuck out of everyone with Jackie Daniels, or JD, as some of us call him. Doesn't matter. Either one will do. And if any of you are sick of it, you probably have kids, and I'm probably sick and tired looking at pictures of your kids. I'm pretty sure it's mainly my family that's tired of looking at him. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the bands. And let me just say, there was a lot of thrash metal or death metal. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about Sepultura or Nervosa because it's obviously that they're very popular. And we're trying not to talk about the popular bands here, even though I get the feeling a lot of these bands are kind of well known. Why is that I chose that? Because some of the unknown ones were hard to find their music, that's why. So let's talk about the band Atomica with 2 T's, and they eventually took out 1 T towards the end of their career. Are they still active? Yeah, they're still active, technically. But anyways, this band, I think you guys, especially if you love thrash metal, you guys are gonna really like this one. It really has like a deathness to it as well. This had to have been one of Brazil's popular thrash metal bands. I know that there was a lot of uproar about them. They were saying it was one of the best out of Brazil and everything. Unfortunately, financially, it wasn't matching up. That as they kind of got gypped a lot from, from doing so many shows and tours. And they did a lot of tours, that's the thing. And it just wasn't catching up financially, so they weren't able to, support themselves with this lifestyle of rock and roll lifestyle they were having. So they did separate. They got back together eventually in the 2000s, and they debuted 2 more albums. And then that's when they lost the extra T. Vulture. Okay, so this is a death metal band. They started like around 1995. There wasn't much info I could find about them. It's just the fact that their songs are about nihilism, philosophy, and atheism. They do have you can easily find them on YouTube though. Their stuff is out. Almost all these bands you can find on YouTube. Or if I can leave a link of their video, I'll try to leave a link like a Bandcamp or Facebook, whatever I could find. But there's not really much to say, but they are one of like the well-known bands obviously from Brazil. Chaka is a black and thrash metal. Chaka, I believe, is jackal, I believe. If I remember correctly, that's what it's translated. It's the same thing as Spanish. Why can't I remember? Oh, by the way, for those of you that obviously know that I do speak Spanish fluidly, no, Portuguese does not sound anything like Spanish. You can hear the similarities, but I'm not going to understand it. People think I could understand Brazilian Portuguese, and no, I cannot whatsoever. I think I could understand French and Italian a lot more than Portuguese. I'm pretty sure the French feel the same way because it's literally a combination of French and Spanish. You could definitely hear like traditional metal influence in it as well. Their album Deadland was inspired by Living Dead, one of George Romero's movies, obviously. So there is like horror lyrical themes to it as well. Violators. So this is another thrash band. They were underground for like the first 6 years of their career, and they started in 2002, and then eventually they signed up with Kill Again record. Chemical Assault was very popular. That was the album I was listening to. Opened up for like really popular like thrash and death metal bands. They have done a lot of tours outside of Latin America. They've opened up for Destruction. They've even made it in a couple of DVDs, like live DVD concerts. Just a couple songs here and there. It wasn't like the full set. The Mist, capital T at the end. What is up with the T's? Okay, so this was another band I could not find much, but it's another thrash band. Why am I not surprised? I swear I'm almost done with the thrash bands. But their lyrical is more like on the occult side. It is a lot more darker. I'm not gonna go and say it's like black metal or anything like that, like inspired or anything. I don't At least I don't believe so. But this is a good band to listen to. If you can find any of their stuff, I definitely recommend that you guys check them out. I only found like a couple songs, which is a shame because this was like actually a band I wouldn't mind getting invested in. Albor. Okay, so I'm just gonna warn you guys right now. Y'all know how I am with doom metal, that I'm not the biggest fan, so I'm not gonna be able to like really give much information on this, and plus I wasn't able to find much information on this band. But they do have a full-length album. So of course like the lyrics are about like death, sadness, and existence. It kind of does have like that 60s feel to it, like psychedelic feel, obviously because it's doom metal. They did have some good guitar solos, that I will say, like throughout the album. I'll leave the full-length album called Greetings underneath below as well, so you guys can check it out. I Gather for Grief. Okay, so this death doom metal band was a lot better in my opinion. Dystopian Delusions is like a good album. Check that one out for sure. They have a pretty good Depeche Mode cover as well. It's like very cold wilderness kind of sound. It's like basically the best way I could put it. It's like very sad sounding. You could really hear like the iciness of the guy's voice. Okay, I don't know if I could pronounce this name. Sarcatago. Okay, so extreme metal band. They were fronted by Sepultura's original singer Wagner Lemonnier. Okay, I cannot say that last name. And Geraldo Manelli. Their debut album was INRI, and it was considered to be part of like the first wave black metal, or at least what helped moved it. They do have a killer split with Chacal, and the other band is Mutilator. It's called Warfare Noise. That was a good one to listen to, so I'll leave that down below as well. Empire of Shadows, black metal. They don't have that many. They don't really have like a full-length album. They have mainly like demos, singles, and splits. This was interesting sound. I don't know really how to describe it. Obviously it's like underground, and I could have swore I heard a flute and a xylophone. I could just not be hearing correctly. It was interesting. It was an interesting listen. I'll leave it down below. Semblant, I believe that's how you say the name. They're kind of like a popular metal band. They're melodic death metal. This band has cool merch. Like, I love the merch, but I don't think they deliver to the US. They deliver in the United Kingdom, but I don't think they deliver to the US. It's very graphic novel, like Luis Royo kind of inspired type. They're really known to be more like, I guess you could say, like the gothic sci-fi style as well. Futuristic, if you want to call it that too. There's like, I believe there's two lead singers, so one of them, it has more of a clean vocals, and the other one has like, you know, the death growls. And I have to say though, for like, you know how there's just sometimes like it doesn't matter if unless we're to say like thrash metal is your favorite genre, but do you sometimes like see like how there's just so many thrash metal bands and they all kind of sound the same, but it has to be like that one band that really sticks out? I feel like with this melodic death metal genre, this band for sure sticks out the most. I just feel like in a way it has its own uniqueness to it, and that's kind of hard when you label yourself as just like one subgenre. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, but anyways, very good band. I suggest you listen to them. I believe they have like a graphic novel too, which is probably why their latest merch is like really awesome to look at. Alright people, thank you so much. I made it before my battery died. Anyways, so let's go ahead and go to the next country. The next country is going to be Australia. You guys voted on my Instagram. I really thought South Africa was gonna win, but no, fucking like Australia came out of nowhere. Okay, I gotta go because my battery's about to die. Y'all take care of your vaginas and have a bonerific day.